Well, this is starting to get a little bit freaky. Hang on just a quick second. I'm going to go over AWTR in just a second. But do y'all remember me telling you that article? This was my football team when I was head coach at All Saints Academy. And coaching staff, those are my assistants. There's me as head coach right there, Trey Stokes. And that's me on Facebook. Trey Stokes. So you with me, right? And I told y'all that my first victory was 41-13. And so I said that always meant something to me. 41013, in other words, 41 over 13, or just the 4113. And if you look up Adam in as you can see I've done before, when you look up Adam, I'm sorry, it's in the gematria. When you key in Adam, the simple gematria, it's 1 4113, 1 4113. And when you look at prime numbers, because AWTR got me on this prime number thing, did you know that 41 is the 13th prime number? And it gets better. Look at that. But what's even better, and that's hard to beat. Remember how I told you everything seems to be tied to my second wife, who was born in 73 and is going to marry a guy whose number begins with 37. But remember how 89 is her third marriage number, and her birthday is 10/28/1973. That's her first husband of 8/10/1971. And combined, they were 8/7/1/08/73/92. So her next marriage would be the 88, and her third marriage would be the 89. Well, another way to do a marriage progression, I was told in my head, this isn't anything you can find in the occult, is to add 8 plus 8 plus 8. So her third marriage progression is 24. And look how the prime numbers, 89 is the 24th prime number. It's crazy, isn't it? And I was looking at another website that gave that's what it was. Anyway, the only even number that's prime is 2. And that was Earl's number. The guy I told you about that died, that was shot. He wore number 2. And that how his killing, I mean, if y'all had followed all that. Anyway, that's just remarkable stuff in my world. I can tell you that. AWTR, here we go. Regarding that 1030 date, 911 plus 119 equals 1030. 1030 1030. Oh, 911 plus Donald equals October 30th. So we would have, he wants us to run that through the portal. What did it come to? I've already forgotten. So let's date to date it. We're gonna have to go, he did say the 30th. Man, he comes up with some good stuff there, man. It's 72 days. Then we have to swing that. We have to double check it in the portal. I always want to make sure that our math is correct. Swing it up, it's March 23rd. Swing it back. It's October 30th. So March 23rd is a tremendously big, huge day. And is March 23rd anything on the spectrum? Not really. Not of moons. Okay. And it's not a solar eclipse, is it? No. Solar eclipse calendar date 2022. So there's nothing in March. You got an April 30th. You got 2 partials. You don't have any full solar eclipse in 2022. But what about 2021? Is that one on the 4th a full? It's total. That's big. That's the one that goes through the transfer portal. But AWTR, again, you know, with some amazing stuff. Keep clicking the wrong button. So that's 911 plus Donald equals 1030. Well, and we have to mirror that through the Donnie Darko date, which is really January 30th. That's really January 30th. Because the Donnie Darko, the real Donnie Darko calendar is in January of 2022. So now we're going to go to January 30th, which is 20 days up the portal. Let's double check it. That takes us to the 30th. So now you got to subtract it. And that is on the winter solstice. I mean, there you go. I got to add that to the spreadsheet. It's big stuff. There, I pushed the right button that time. They're both blue. AWTR said 37 plus 73 equals 110 for your portal date. Also, 73 is the 21st prime number and 37 is the 12th. And that's what had me starting to look at prime numbers. And then he said, so that's an interesting mirroring phenomenon. 73, 37, 21, 12. Boy, you're not kidding. Happens if you add those together. It's 110 plus 12 plus 21. You get the 1-4 tray. Remember Earl's number 2 times God for God. You get the 143. And then the 08, 8 is my second wife's marriage number. Remember 87, 871 is what it begins with. And 88 and 89. It's so freaky. This stuff's freaking me out. I wish I just stay freaked out. I mean, numbers has been, I've told y'all that my second wife's, when she gets married a third time, more than likely to the guy she's living with, who was born on 7/27, which is the length of I Pet Goat, and the same birthday as Earl. I saw something about that 79. See that 79? That's the 22nd prime number. Well, 79 is the day Earl died on May 8th, 58. May 8th, 1978. And you see the 7912? See that 79? Well, when you take the 14308, Earl's number, which is then times God, because that's not God's real name, but it was his name given here on earth is God. It has nothing to do with his name. But numerically, the Lord said, take each individual number and multiply it by 7154. And by the way, when you do it times 3, it's a number for employment. We'll just put it like that. That's my number. So in other words, the numbers have meaning. You better believe it. Every one of them. So anyway, when you take that 14308 and times it by second wife's number, which how do you get her number? 10 times 28 times 1973. It begins with a 79. And it has my second marriage number, which was to her, in it. Let's just keep going. This stuff, now I'm really taking y'all down a road. But when I saw that 79 lined up with the 2, and knowing it's the 22nd prime number, and we were divorced on the 22nd, well, February 2nd, Groundhog Day, which is 2/2, and we had a 2/2 in both our cell phones, both our home phones, both of our addresses. And 79 is the 2/2, the 22nd prime number. And that's when I saw the 24th, 23, 24 was 89. That's her third marriage number. 24 and 89 are both of her third marriage number progressions. And don't forget, her third marriage was in her original marriage number. Her first husband, August 10th, 1971, and then her number, 871 over 873. Her third marriage. And when she gets married a third time, that's when everything's going to unravel on this earth. I don't know if that's Abomination, World War III, or Mark of the Beast. I don't know. But it's got that 92 on it, which is what me and her begin to come to starting in 2022, which was our address where we lived at. We lived at 2015 Brentwood Drive, Auburndale, Florida, 33823-2022. You had a year in the address, street number, and you had a year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7-year span. 15 plus 7 is 22, covering a total of 8 years. And remember, we've got the 627, 127, 627, 127 in the middle of each number. If you multiply my number times her number times the year. And the year we got married is when it went into 627, 127, 627, 127. Before that, it was 626, 126. And after that, it'll be 628, 128. It's a mathematical phenomenon. And we get along, but we hardly ever speak. But I get along great with her daughter. We're very close. Or I should say we're close. But there begins that 92. Somewhere in 2022, 2023, she's going to marry for a third time. And it won't necessarily be to me. That's just giving you a time frame of the year. I think it'll be the guy whose birthday is 7/27. The amount of time for iPet Goat. And it's not that I've been being trolled my whole life. It's the Holy Spirit's synchronicity, where my life is fused in with Donald Trump's life. You're just looking at the antithesis. And he knows who we are here through the ghost in the machine. We are, to sum up what we are here on this YouTube channel, is we're like one of the, remember how the 7 letters to the 7 churches is just the church divided by 7, but they were real churches also. There were physical churches there, but they weren't churches like we think of these fake churches today. They were communities. As above, so below. That's what the whole divine feminine's about, is community. Well, it's about Mother Earth, but you know what I'm saying. That's one of its characteristics, is heavy using the word community, collaboration, nature. But what the epistles were to the Ephesians, those were communities where the Holy Spirit dwelt. And that's what's going on here. We're not the only church. We're just a part of the church. But the church is going on here. And it's going on here unlike it's going on anywhere else that we can find. And remember Daniel, you know, I mean, he was in charge of the astrologers, the Chaldeans, all of that. But he didn't take part in it, but he knew it because he was trained in it. We're going over Daniel studies right now on my daily Bible study channel. I mean, catch up, man. We're started from the beginning. It's the 4th time we've been going through it. I don't know why I hit that. We started Daniel on Monday. We sure did. And when you click playlist, and you click the Daniel, our fourth study with Daniel. Hey, how's it going, everybody? How come Monday's not? No, we started Bible Daniel study. Tuesday. And if you're catching this one, Justin, yeah, I can't wait for. Why in the world did I say started it on Monday? Oh, I need to load it. I didn't attach it. Well, I'm glad I did that. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I mean, it's 4 minutes, 29 minutes. Sorry. 18 minutes. Sorry. And 4 minutes. Catch up. Not going to do the catch up joke on y'all again. Catch up. But my life with numbers, ever since I was a child. And my mom said I had an imaginary friend. The doctor said, oh, it's normal. There was a spirit with me. His name was Canocker. And that's what I named my cat. I had a kitten that I'm assuming turned into a cat, and his name was Canocker. That's what I named him, Canocker, with a K in my mind. Can you hear me knocking? The Rolling Stones. It's about Satan knocking at the door. And the Lord brought me up through the Catholic church, Catholic school, where they showed me astrology, just like Daniel. And now the Lord, like Daniel, takes me right to the end times, book of Daniel. Here we are living in the end times. The Lord had me drop astrology, and so my video, I bought the DVDs, but it was called Know Your Enemy. A friend had me watch it by the Fuel Project. I don't know if they're controlled op or not, but I'll tell you what, they exposed enough, because they expose their own world. But they'll teach you free will, and they do. They're free will, but you know, they sure seem legit, and I'll always be grateful to them. So I will always hope that the Lord will call them, as they are just lost sheep, not understanding the truth. Documentary. It's 10.5 hours. And the Lord showed that to me. There's an 80 playlist, and some have been added on, but if you can find where it says 10 hours all in one, because there's a 10-hour video on YouTube, where there used to be. And that's section 3, parts 38 through 60. It's the most mind-blowing thing I've ever seen in my life. I could still watch it today and get captivated by it. The symbolism they showed you, the Jesuits, all the secrets, well, a lot of the secret societies, they didn't get into skull and bones and stuff like that. But once you have that base, then everything starts to, you know. I bought the DVDs. My friend turned me on to it. I said, I'm not going to sit in front of a computer for 10 hours. And I said, do they sell on DVD? He said, I think so. The Fuel Project, Know Your Enemy, DVD. And that's what the Lord used to have me quit the Catholic Church. And the Fuel Project DVDs, the Fuel Project. And Know Your Enemy. There it is. And I mean, they could be controlled up. What are you going to do? But there's Know Your Enemy right there. You can buy it on DVD. Is it a full? You got to buy the whole series. It's the first 3 video series. You want to buy it individually. There you go. Know Your Enemy at Amazon. Kindle, $6.99. You don't have the DVD. You kidding me? Kindle. Purchase DVD. Can't be found. Well, that's a bummer, because I would have encouraged y'all to purchase the DVD. It came with 4 DVDs. And when I was studying astrology, I knew astrology like nobody I could run into. Not in a bar, a saloon, because that's pretty much what astrology, you talk to girls about it. So let's go to the next one. 73 plus 37 equals 110. So I had a theory. Since 37 plus 73 equals 110, can anything that equals 110 then be put into the portal date, one number going one way, another number going the other? In other words, back up 37 days and you get the solar eclipse. So what if you go up 37 days? You run into March 24th, which is on a Thursday. And it doesn't connect on any moon type date. And so that's a way to look at stuff, because once you start getting creative with the portal and numbers, think of all the things that would add up to 110. Can you put that in the portal and go one way or the other with both different, called factors? That's multiplication. But whatever it's called for addition. Like 55 plus 55. We go 55 in each direction. What if it's 65 and 45? Could you go 65 one way and 45 the other? Would any of those combinations land on full moons? I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm just looking for Trump assassination date or deadly wound date and abomination of desolation. And they both could happen on solar eclipses. December 4th and then April 20th, with him rising up out of the abyss on a full moon. More than likely, snow full moon or wolf full moon, the portal commercial date. And then we're done. We'd know everything. And we knew it ahead of time without knowing for sure. I mean, I don't hear voices. You're never going to get that from me. Everything that I show you through numbers. It's been said prophecy is pattern, but you have to be careful. You know, those Chuck Missler people, that's who I heard it from. Koinonia House. I used to belong to that. I earned a medal going. Dude was from the Naval Academy. He taught pre-trib rapture and free will. But I was all in, boy. So the Lord pulled me out of that. You know, I mean, in 2012, when the Lord pulled me out of the world, he took me down the road of standard Christianity, which is free will. I believed you had to repent because the Bible was clear that you had to. I believed it was a calling, but I still fused in free will because the Lord hadn't shown me the truth yet, but I knew it was a calling. Because before 2012, I prayed to the Lord to call me to his kingdom because I felt very weird with the astrology. So am I supposed to be doing this? No. But In the Lord's time, he showed me my way out. I don't run numbers anymore with the calculator. The Lord told me to stop. He said, you've seen everything you need to see. Now you're done. But I still see stuff. But it's not of any occult book or an occult way. It's a way the Lord showed me. And look what else he's shown us. He's shown us the truth in his word from A to Z. And he's shown us who the Antichrist is, shown us that he's going to have to take a deadly wound. Listen to Brother James Key, who just tells you Trump's the Antichrist, but he talks about the deadly wound being coming back from it, winning the election again. Hey, come on, man. Controlled opposition. And I've seen your hand signal before. You don't throw it no more, because you probably troll me. I shouldn't say it like that. My favorite number was 24, and G2424 is Strong's Concordance for Jesus. I wore 42 in high school. 42 is in the middle of 24. I couldn't get the number 24. Dude wouldn't give it to me. I didn't play to my senior year, but I started. Braggart. I got pictures of me wearing that 24 jersey somewhere in here. My friend Eddie, Brazilian. That's the guy that wore 24. He wouldn't give it to me. Would not. Matter of fact, there's an article. I mean, that's what I wrote. Number 24 and 42, class of 80 and 79. Yeah. I'm in here somewhere with that 24, man. Our class reunion. All right. Look how much I changed when I was going through ulcerative colitis. Got it fixed. Years later, I looked younger than I did many years before. By the way, I found out that, which I got from celebrities, that's part of one of their signals. Don't judge me. I found that out later. I don't do that no more. Look at that. Did it again. But that's another one of their signals. Well, so much for my 24 jersey. It's in there somewhere. But I've always told you, if you want to see me as a kid with a 24 jersey, just all one person's got to do is say, I want to see it. I don't believe you. I'll dig it out of them drawers, man. "24. That's all I was about, was number 24. Man. Is that everything? Yeah, now AWTR's got me into these prime numbers. Because we can do a lot. Did y'all see what happened when I added the 21 and the 12? I always said the 1-4 Trey, because my name is Trey. I'm the third. And that became a whole phenomenon, but I've never met anybody older than me that did that deal. Well, my name's Trey. I'm the third. You won't find anybody that's 60 whose name is, now Trey's not my legal name. I didn't like my real name. But the 1-4 Trey, that one woman for me. Who is the one for me? The one for Trey. And there you get that 37 plus 73 plus 21 plus 12. And how did he word that? I don't even remember. He said 73 plus 110 for your portal date is also the 20. Okay, it's the 21st and 12th prime number. And then I just added them up and got that number that's always been big in my life. But see, I don't run those numbers anymore. I don't use the calculator anymore. I do to show y'all stuff that I already know, but I used to do it on a daily basis, constantly. Looking at years, looking at this, looking at that, looking at marriage numbers, looking at blah, 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 blah. And the Lord told me to stop about a month ago. Well, no, about 2 months ago. A little less than 2 months ago, if I had to guess. And ever since then, I guess he said, now I'm going to start showing you some stuff. I had you doing that for a reason, but now you're going to stop that. And now off we go. That's crazy. AWTR. Who are you, man? You got some stuff, man. You got some stuff. Y'all bounce stuff off me. I bounce it off y'all. I do stuff. Y'all see stuff. Then you see stuff. Then I see stuff. Do you see how all this is? And y'all know this is their world. The fallen angels taught them this world, and we're not getting taught by fallen angels. The Holy Spirit has moved things around in my life and made things occur to match these numbers. And I always followed my life through numbers. And 2 months ago, the Lord said, stop. We're done now with that. And I stopped. And I never could stop before. I would say I could stop if I want to, and I'd stop 3 or 4 days, and I'd say I could do it. But now I want to go back. I will test myself. But when the Lord put it in my heart to stop for good, I stopped for good. Just like I stopped fornicating for good. I stopped getting drunk for good. I quit smoking funny cigarettes for good. No backsliding. And I said, I'm never drinking alcohol again, if y'all remember. Pretty much after I got the flu, August, September, I was like, you can't put toxins in your body with that technology the way it is, and you're breathing that stuff they spray in the sky. You better be as toxic free as you possibly can, because it's gonna, when they turn it up, it's going to start vaping. It's going to start killing the toxic people that are toxic. So I said, I'm done drinking. And I was pretty sure the Lord didn't want me to ever drink anymore anyway. And when he spoke of Daniel, Daniel was like, was it John the Baptist? John the Baptist had no hard liquor ever. You know, we're just supposed to not be in drunkenness. Doesn't say you can't sip, or, you know, so I was a sipper. But I went through a moment during when I was off for the summer where I drank on a Friday, and then on a Monday, and then on a Tuesday, and then I had the flu by Wednesday night. I wasn't drinking a lot, but that last night, tequila, and then a glass of wine. And wine always put me over the edge because of its sugar content and the what do you call them? Sulfites. Sulfites not sit well with me. Red wine, love it. Didn't sit well with me, but I loved it. But it didn't sit well with me. So I'd sip on tequila, sip on a shot. I'd make a shot last as long as most people would drink a drink. And then I got ill. I said, I'm not running my body down anymore. That's it. That's it. You get enough electromagnetic field just from riding around in your car. That brand new car I got.
I bought a new meter sitting in my car.
There's more these new cars with all the electronics, and it's connecting to Bluetooth, and it's connecting to, if your car breaks down, if you got a Chevrolet, I forget what they call it. Mine's called Uconnect through Dodge. I just press a button, man. They'd come pick me right up, send a tow truck out there. Plus, I'm connected to Sirius XM satellite radio. Plus, there's all kind of electronics running through that car. Computers, the EMF inside my car. And that's what ran me down, because I came back from the beach after all that drinking. I will tell you, I wasn't drunk. Look how high that meter is, man. The other meter.
It goes off on.
That's just sitting inside a car. Now, I sat inside that car after being run down for 2 hours on the way back from the beach, and that was the tipping point. That's toxic. So I quit drinking. I've quit. The Lord's called me out of basically everything except that little bit of sense. You never get rid of that sense of self. Looking in the mirror, or going to the gym to work out, or looking in the mirror. You don't lose that sense of self. Now picture Jesus with a mirror. You think Jesus walked by and look in the mirror, fix his hair? Hey, Peter, give me a comb. Nah. I've told people, I've said it many times, I do not picture Jesus. I picture Jesus as a very, well, let me just put it like this. No sex appeal. Not a head turner for the ladies. Homely looking. Plain. Not a standout whatsoever. You see all those pictures of Jesus with his nice long hair and his blue eyes. No. Guarantee you no. That was on earth. Wait till you see him in the next life. You've already seen the descriptions. It'd blind you with the eyes you got now. You'd have to squint. You'd have to put on some serious sunglasses if you saw him right now. What in the world has the Lord always shown me with numbers? What is this? And I don't care about my life anymore. I mean, I'm ready to die tomorrow. I mean, just boom. But I can't help but feel that something still, I don't know. But see, that's that sense of self. You know what I hope my next marriage is? It's a Christ. Boom. All right, love y'all. Mean it.